It's started, right? Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
It has not. Yes, sir. It's shown right now.
Okay, nice, fine. So, you first of all draw this position diagram. I am sure you have already done it last time. Okay, if you have not, do it again. Hmm. Once you'll finish that, let me know. Just the position diagram you draw first. I hope it is drawn, right? You have already drawn, na? Rahul?
Yes, sir. I had done SolidWorks.
No, not SolidWorks. This position
Yes, sir.
diagram was already made, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let me ask few more people. Ritu, you have already made position diagram?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so fine. Let us start solving this problem once again. Okay, so that you will have more confidence on this. Okay, so first of all, okay, what I'll do today with you, I'm going to write this equation for each and every point, and then I will request you to draw the velocity diagram. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you tell me, if you recall, we discussed that this equation, right? V r velocity in the reference plane of point Q will be equals to velocity of point P with respect to reference plane plus omega rotation angular velocity of that body with respect to reference plane cross product with the position of Q with respect to P in the moving lamina. But that all the symbols I am removing, the R we are removing, and finally we said that our equation will be something like this. Correct? Assume that there is no R written here because everything is with respect to plane and these 2 points are not getting apart. Okay. Now let me come back to this particular mechanism, which is a 4-bar mechanism. Okay. So let us write the equation first of all for each and every point which we are interested in. We know that point A and D are at zero velocity. They are attached with the ground. So to make the, so I know that first let me just write these things for you. Each and everything I'll write here first of all, and you also write it. Velocity of point A with respect to ground, okay, is zero. And also I can say that the point A can be on body 1 and it can be on body 2 also, because it's a common point. Therefore, I can also say that the velocity of point A when it assumed to be on body 1, so I'm writing 1 here, right? 1 is equals to velocity of point A when it is assumed to be on body 2. Correct? I can say that, right? And it will be also 0. In a very similar fashion, I can also say that the velocity of point D when it is assumed to be on body 1 will be equals to the velocity of point D when it is assumed to be on body 4 is also 0. Correct? This thing I have identified in the beginning itself. Okay. So I can say that in the velocity diagram, this A1, A2, D1 and D4 are going to be nothing but a point. That is nothing but our ground. So first of all, my aim will be, or my first step should be to create a dot and say point A1, A2, D4, D1 at this point. Correct? Now let me consider this particular body, body number 2. What are the points available on body 2? Point A and point B. I can consider, so let me just first draw this. I am currently interested only in body. Let us draw it here. I mean like this. So I'm going to delete everything. Okay. And I am saying, you see, look here. There's the point B on the body. and there is point A on the body, and that is I'm talking about body number 2. Correct? Now this is body number 2. Let us write the velocity equation for this particular body, rigid body. You remember that we already discussed it, right? We already discussed what? That velocity, I'm interested in velocity of point B when it is assumed to be on body 2 will be equals to, how to write this? Who will tell me? Ankit Oja, tell me the equation. If I apply it to this particular body where there are 2 points A and B. Velocity of point B when it assumed to be on body 2 will be equals to
will be equal 0 plus omega into
I got it.
Okay.
Let us not say 0 and all
Okay.
right now. Just tell me the equation.
VA2 plus
Just say like this, like I was saying, the velocity of A when it assumed to be on body 2. Say like this. Then only you will.
yes, sir. Velocity of A when assumed to be on body 2 plus omega into
What is omega? What is omega in this?
omega 10
Omega of what?
radians.
Omega of what?
Omega of body omega of AB body AB.
What is that
Link
body AB?
AB. B2.
2. Body 2.
Omega 2. Okay. Body 2 into
time cross product.
Cross of length of AB.
No,
Length
don't
of
say
B2.
length. Don't say like
matlab
this. Position of
B2
B2 with
with
respect to
A2.
A2 means when A is assumed to be on 2. Correct?
Yes, sir.
This is the simple equation for this particular body. Correct? What do you know already in this?
VA2 and omega 2.
Yeah, so I can say VB2 will be equals to 0 plus, right? A2 is 0. Velocity of A2 is 0, na?
Yes, sir.
Correct? Then I can say omega 2 cross the position R B2 A2. Correct? Is it? And everything is known here. You know omega 2. How much is omega 2?
10 radians per second.
So omega 2 is known to you. So it will be nothing. Magnitude will be 10 times the length 25. Correct? And hence 250 mm per second. Correct? So this is the magnitude. Now let us come back to our velocity diagram. So in velocity diagram, I have created this point corresponding to A1, A2, D1, D4, D1. Now I can also make a vector corresponding to velocity of point B when it is assumed to be on body 2. Its magnitude will be 250. Correct? So I'll choose appropriate scale, maybe 1/10. Okay. So I'll draw a line of 25 mm. Correct? And its direction is something now I have to find. What will be the direction? What will be the direction? Sahaj.
Direction, it will be left side, just known. We are known that it will lie this side only.
Why? How do you know that?
Sir, by taking omega cross RAB.
Very good. So omega is in this anti-clockwise, right? Towards me. Okay. So I'll keep my fingers towards me and I'll put my palms towards B. Correct? A to B. I'll rotate my fingers from A to B and hence my thumb will show the direction. Correct? Correct, Sahaj?
Sir. Yes, sir.
So you can draw this vector, na? All of you. All of you can draw. Yes or no? Sahaj?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Now let us come back to B2 is done. Now we are interested in velocity of C. Okay. Who will tell me now if this is C, okay, and this is B? And I know it is something like this, na? So I'll draw it something like this, close to what it looks like. Okay. Now this is body number 3. Fine. Yash. 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 Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes,
Then
sir.
tell
Yes, sir.
me.
Sorry, sir.
I'm going to now
Yes.
write the equation for finding out the velocity of C when it is assumed to be on body 3. What will be the equation? Tell me the equation.
VB3 will be equal to VD.
But we are interested in C. So I should write C on the left side. So
Sorry,
velocity
sir.
of
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. VC. Sorry. VC
velocity of C. Tell.
on 3. On
Like
3
I'm
will
saying,
be
velocity of C when it is assumed to be on body 3.
uh,
Correct?
on. Okay, sir. Can we write it with respect to 4?
We'll do it. First, you write in body 3. What you are seeing here, Yash?
I'm seeing it's on body 4 as well as body 3. So I
Correct.
have the
So
velocity
right
of
now
body
I am writing.
D and the
Right
rotation.
now, listen. Yash, first listen to me. I am writing
Yes, sir.
equation when I am considering the body C on body 3 because I know about point B, na? Velocity of B is
Yes.
already known. So I will
Yes.
first work on this particular one. Okay, so just tell me about this. VC3, velocity of C when it is assumed to be on body 3 will be equals to
Will be equal to VB3 plus.
you say like I'm saying, velocity
Okay.
of
Okay, sorry,
B
sir.
when it
Let's
is assumed to be on
body.
body 3, correct?
Yes, sir.
Plus,
Plus angular rotation of body 3
very good.
cross position of C with respect to B
No.
on 3.
Tell properly. Position of
Point C with respect to point B.
no.
On,
Velocity again. Position of C when it is assumed to be on body 3.
okay, when it is on body 3 and with respect to B when it is on 3.
Body 3. Correct?
Yes.
Correct,
Sir.
na? Very good.
Yes.
Now I know VB2, but I don't know VB3. Okay, but I can see when B is assumed to be on body 2 and body 3, they are not getting apart. So I can say velocity of B3 is when it is assumed to be on body 3 will be equal to velocity of point B when it is assumed to be on body 2. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Hence, I can rewrite this equation in this manner. Okay, I can do this.
Yes, sir. Just change the subscripting.
Correct. Now, let us come back to our vector. This vector. I have drawn this vector only. Now, I want to locate the velocity of C when it is assumed to be in body 3. But what I don't know any omega 3 is unknown to me. Correct? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Now you tell me, Yash, what should I do? What I know, whatever I know, I'm going to draw on this.
Sir, actually, the omega would be perpendicular to the plane, and we know the
Yeah.
direction of R. So
Yeah.
we can take the cross product and know the direction at least of the velocity, the omega cross R.
Correct. Very good. So I mean to say what I see from this vector, from this equation, VC3, velocity of C when it assumed to be on body 3 will be equals to B2 or B3, anything. Correct. So even I can write here B3. Isn't it correct or not?
Yes.
So let us go to now next slide. So this is the point where B2 and B3 both are there. Now, if I look at this VC3, it will lie definitely on the line perpendicular to the vector BC or this position BC. That I'm very sure. The velocity of C3 with respect to B. I'm talking about this. Let me just rewrite it. Then you will have a better idea. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this. Velocity of C3 with respect to B3 or B2, whatever, will be equals to this. And I know the position of this. It is omega 3 cross R C3 B3. Omega 3 is going to be either inward or outward. Correct? And the position of C with respect to B is also known to us. That means this particular vector on the left side is going to be perpendicular to R C3 B3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I'll draw a line perpendicular to the line connecting BC. Just a line. All of you do that quickly. And it should pass through the tip of this, means from B to B3. So on this line somewhere, my velocity of C3 with respect to B2 will lie. Somewhere, I don't know where. I don't know. Okay. So this vector is representing somewhere on this will be my point C3. Correct? Now let us go back to this particular vector, which is the body number 4, that is CD. Okay, so now I am going to link number 4, that is my body CD. Okay, it is having it and CD, right? Capital D. So this is point D, correct? And this is the point corresponding to this, and this is body number 4 now. Okay, now Richa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Start. How to write this? Please, Richa. Velocity
So
of
velocity of point C when it is on body 4.
Very good. Equals to
Velocity of point D when it is in body 4.
Very good.
Plus angular velocity of 4, like link 4. Cross position vector of point C when it is on body 4 with respect to D when it is in body 4.
Very good, Richa. Very good. And that is how all of you please say when you are writing it. Then only you will have the good practice of it. And when the problem will increase the complexity, it will help a lot. I'll show you. Okay. So what is VD4, Richa?
So it's 0.
Okay. So can I write it like this? Correct. What I don't know is omega 4. I don't know omega 4, na? But what I right, and can I also say this, Richa? Just verify this. Velocity of C3, I mean when point C is assumed to be on body 3, is equals to velocity of C when it is assumed to be on body 4. Yes or no? Because they are attached with a hinge joint. Yes, they are always in contact. Correct? So in that sense, VC and V3, they both are on the same line. Somewhere, I mean on the same point. But I also know now from this vector that it will be perpendicular to the line connecting point C and D in the position vector. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So what we can do? We can draw a line that is perpendicular to CD. And it should pass through D4. And D4 is anyway 0. So it will pass through ground, I mean. Wherever it will intersect, that will be your point C3, C4. All of you agree with this? Fine. Now, just by looking at it, can you now find out the omega 3 and omega 4? You have got this vector. You have got this velocity diagram. All of you, I am sure. Now let me ask you, Shyam.
Yes, sir.
What is the value of VC3 and okay, you first tell me the velocity of C3 with respect to ground, or velocity of C with respect to ground.
Sir, I am getting is 280 like something.
280?
280 mm per second. Mm per second, sir.
280,
approximately, yes. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Harsh, let us verify with each other because I don't think I have written it somewhere. Harsh, how much you are getting?
Sir, around 260.
260, no issue, no issue. Fine. So what is the length? This length, right? Shyam, you are measuring
Yes,
this
sir.
length, na? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
this
sir.
length will give you, very good. And velocity of C with respect to B?
s-
That will be
Sir,
this
it
length,
is a
correct? This
yes,
length,
sir.
na? Very good.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Now, can you find out omega 3 and omega 4, all of you? Omega 3, omega 4. How much you are getting, Yash?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm calculating.
Shardul?
Yes, sir. I'm finding it.
You're finding it. Anybody has already got it? Raise the hand. Ankit, very good. How much?
Sir, omega 3 I got around 2.67 and omega 4 around 6.5.
Ulta. Okay. I think I wrote wrong or what? Maybe. I don't know. We'll verify. Shyam? Shyam?
Yes, hello, sir.
Ha. How much you are getting?
Sir, omega 3 is equal to 3.1 like this, and omega 4 is equal to 7 point something.
Okay, slightly high. I think I have written wrongly. It is fine. No issue. I wrote ulta, but that is fine. What is the direction? Ankit?
Direction outwards.
Yes. Okay, outward. Very good. That means it's counterclockwise, right?
Yes, sir.
How did you get it? Explain to us.
Uh, just I just matlab if B is trying to go left, then since it's a rigid body, even C will also go to the left.
No, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Fine. I'll tell you the appropriate way. Nikhil Upadhyay.
So I also thought of it this way that B is going left, then C will be forced to come down.
No, no,
So
no, no, no,
with respect to.
no, 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 no. Any other way of doing it? I mean, you have all the equations in front of you. Come on, don't just guess like this, na?
Sir, so can we see the velocity triangle and identify?
Yes, yes, yes. That is the way. Because you have everything right now. So why to guess? I mean, why to assume that this must be going that way? Why? So, like Harsh, can you explain us?
Yes, sir. Like if 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 we see the velocity triangle, we can see that the velocity of point C with respect to ground, and we can also see the velocity of point B with respect to C. So if we go from that point, it is in an anti-clockwise direction. So we can see
Very
that.
nice. I'll tell you one trick here. Assume it. You got the magnitude. For example, you have got omega 4. Omega 4, first let me assume that it is in this, I mean in this direction. Okay, it is counterclockwise. Assume that. Fine. If it is counterclockwise, huh? I am assuming it. I am assuming it. Please note that. And you have got some magnitude. Leave the magnitude. Magnitude will be easy to get. And I think I wrote it wrong, right? Harsh, you are also getting omega.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's wrong. Let me just change. So my point is, assume it that it is counterclockwise. If it is counterclockwise, then it will be towards me. Okay, and if it is towards me, then I can see this equation. Okay, it got hang. Just wait for a minute. Let me show you this. Yes, so I have assumed omega 4 as counterclockwise, and I know the position vector rc4 d4, position of C with respect to D. So it is towards me. That means I will put my fingers towards me and I will keep my palm towards C and rotate it. And it is saying the velocity C4 should be right to left. Correct? Right to left. It is showing, my thumb is showing right to left. That means now I look at the velocity diagram. It is also showing left, right to left. That means my assumption is correct. Correct? Now let us assume the same thing for body CD also, BC also. Assume that it is in this way only. I mean to say it is also counterclockwise. That is my assumption. If it is counterclockwise, then again I know this vector position of C with respect to B and the velocity of C with respect to B also I know. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if it is counterclockwise, that means towards me, and I'll just put my palm towards the C, correct? And then I'll rotate my fingers from B to C. That is, this thumb now from bottom to top is showing, bottom to top, not that, approximately bottom to top, is showing the direction of velocity of point C when it assumed to be in body 3 with respect to the point B when it assumed to be in body 3. And that is correct. It is also showing from bottom to top. The velocity of C with respect to B, na? Bottom to top. My assumption is correct. Is it fine now, Nikhil Upadhyay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no doubts, na? Garvit,
Yes, sir.
any doubts?
No, sir. Got it.
Got it? Then fine. Now let all of you calculate the velocity of point E. All of you. First, write the equation. Write the equation. I'm going to ask you. On which body point E is? Body number? Ritu?
Yes, sir.
On which body the point E is? Body number which?
So it's means complete body, right?
Yeah. So it's like on body 3, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Correct, huh? You just don't forget this nomenclature, huh? Let me just put it for you there so that it will be easy for you to write this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm asking this now from you. Okay, to find out the velocity of point E. First, we will write the equations. Correct?
Yes,
Let me
sir.
write the equation first. Okay, we will write. I'll just rewrite it in front of you. Okay. Ritu, help me. Yeah, tell.
Yes, sir.
Velocity of
Velocity of E with respect to body 3 equals
not
to
with
velocity
respect
of
to, no. Velocity of point E when it is
which is
assumed to
on
be on body 3. But it is always
Yeah.
on body 3. So why to assume? So velocity of point E when it is on 3. Okay.
when it is on 3 equals velocity of B when it is assumed on 3 plus omega of body 3 cross position of E position of E on 3 with respect to B which is on 3.
Okay, fine. Correct. Very good. You know this VP? VB3 you know, na?
Yes, sir.
Where is it? This is VB3. Correct. So from this, what I can do, I can easily, however, I can calculate absolutely also, because I now know omega 3. You have just calculated now omega 3 from here, right? So you can multiply and you can do everything. You can make the absolute vector also, but I don't want to do it through analytical way. I mean, I don't want to calculate omega 3. What can I do in that case, Ritu? You only tell. Everything is known, right? In this equation, you know VB3, you know omega 3, you know R3, RE3, B3, okay, and you know the direction also of omega 3. You know everything. You can get velocity of E3 from this equation also. Just by drawing a vector also you can draw. But I don't want to do that. What is the other way of doing it? I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah.
So from
Can you,
velocity diagram, like
yes, yes. I'm going to. Can I say that velocity of E when it is on 3 is also equals to velocity of C when it is on 3 plus omega 3 times, I mean cross position of E3 with respect to C3.
yes, sir.
What I can see from here, something very interesting, that this particular equation is saying that it is nothing but this particular vector, I mean VC3 is nothing but a line drawn from point B3, okay, and perpendicular to line connecting E and B, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
And this vector, this is telling me that velocity of E3 is nothing but a line you can get on the vector passing through C3, okay, and perpendicular to the line connecting EC. So wherever these two lines will intersect, that will be your point E.
Yes, sir.
So I need not to do any calculation here, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, you got it, I think, है ना? Now
Yes.
all of you draw it, finish it. So how to find out the velocity of point E? Just draw a vector perpendicular to line connecting BE and draw a line perpendicular to line connecting EC passing through C. Okay, and this blue line passing through B. Wherever they intersect, that will be your point E. It is very important to understand the fundamental. If you follow any book now, they will just tell you draw the line. You should know why we are drawing line perpendicular to this and that, right? So try to understand it. Once you do that, you will get the velocity of point E. That will be nothing but at the intersection of these two lines. Correct? Now, who will tell me the velocity of E3 with respect to ground? Harsh? How to find out the velocity of E3 with respect to ground from the velocity diagram?
5 seconds, sir. Just
I don't know.
measuring.
You measure it, but tell me how.
Achha, from E3 to A1, A2, D4, D1, we'll
Yeah,
take
correct.
measure-
You just measure this distance, right?
Yes, sir.
You will get it. Now, do you see any similarity in this triangle which is made here, E3, B3, C3 and EBC on the position diagram? I mean to say, in this triangle which is connecting E, B and C and the triangle which you are seeing on the velocity diagram. I am talking about this triangle. This triangle, this triangle. You are seeing this triangle and this triangle, BCE. They both are similar triangles. Why so?
So velocities
So
are
because the differences are equal to the omega of 3 multiplied by the distances between them. So
Correct.
they have the same ratio.
Correct. And this is known as velocity image. And it can be used to find out the velocity of any offsetted point on the link. What is E? E is nothing but an offsetted point on this link, right? So I can do something very quick, very quick here. Okay, let me just show you through the calculation first. I have these two equations, right? Can I just rewrite this equation like this? Just look at it. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I just write minus and I mean equal here. Correct? And I write minus here and equal here. Okay. Now I take the ratio of these two equations. This equation divided by this equation. What will you get? You will get this. And I'm just talking about right now the magnitude. I'm not talking about anything else. Just the magnitude. Okay, please note that. Just magnitude I'm talking about. Now you tell me. This omega 3 will be gone, right? And I will have on the bottom side this. Now you tell me. What is this? What is this upper side?
The length
this
of the
part?
smaller triangle.
Very good. Or can you, how to read this? What it is representing? This term, velocity of E3 with respect to
Velocity of V3.
correct. Velocity of E3 with respect to C3 is on the bottom. Correct. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So basically what I am saying that this length from this point to this point, I mean length on the blue side, from here to here I'm talking about, from here to here, this length divided by this length, okay, is nothing but this length divided by this length. Correct or not? So I'm rewriting it the same thing. So the velocity image of a link is a scaled representation of the shape of the link in the velocity diagram from the position configuration diagram, rotated by 90 degree, nothing else. So it is nothing but the same triangle rotated by 90 degree and multiply with some scale, and that scale is how much? That is nothing but your omega 3. Correct. The order of the letter in the velocity image is same as in the position diagram. In general, we have already proved this. The ratio of the size of the different images to the size of their respective link in the link is the same in the mechanism. So let me rewrite. The ratio BE divided by length BC will be equals to the BE in this small one, this BE divided by BC. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
And then you got the velocity of E. Simple. With respect to B. Who has got it and who has not got it? It's correct, na?
Yes, sir.
This is called as velocity image theorem. Okay. And from here itself, you can find out quickly the velocity of any point on the link. Now we shall discuss about velocity of rubbing. What is velocity of rubbing? You see that in all the time, there is one link which is moving over another through the hinge points. Correct. So it is basically rubbing over here. Okay. And it is very important phenomena to be calculated. It depends on the relative velocity between these two. How to find out? So for example, let me talk about pin A. The pin A, okay, and they all have some finite radius, right? It is not like they have zero radius. So for example, if the radius is R, okay, and this yellow color body is rotating with the angular velocity omega with respect to this blue link, maybe ground. I'm calling it as ground right now. Okay, so what will be the rubbing velocity, maximum rubbing velocity? R omega, right? You agree with that? Okay, so in that case, if this is the pin A and pin A is having a radius called RA, small RA, then the velocity of rubbing for this particular part, for this particular pin will be nothing but RA into omega 2. Why omega 2? Because omega 1 is 0. Omega 1 means the rotation of this body is nothing but 0. It is ground. We know that. Now for point B, the point B joins the link AB, this link AB and link BC. We know that. Okay. And from your velocity image theorem, this velocity diagram, you have already find out that omega 2 will be counterclockwise and omega 3 will be also counterclockwise. Right? You have seen that. Fine. If both are counterclockwise, that means the rubbing velocity will be RB omega 3 minus omega 2. The difference. Because they both are in same direction. Hence, that will be the rubbing velocity of point B or pin B. Now let us talk about pin C. The rubbing velocity will be the radius of the pin. Okay, radius of pin will be given to you if the problem is asked. That will be nothing but RC omega 3 minus omega 4. Now similarly, the rubbing velocity of point D will be how much, Richa? How can we find out?
So similarly, the difference between the omega at 3 and 4 into the radius of
Very good.
C.
What is omega 4? How much is the omega 4? Wait a minute. You said 3. Are you sure about? I'm talking about point D, pin D. Just.
Oh, sir, D. I thought C. Sir, then it will be only omega 4.
Omega 4. Correct. Why? Because omega 1 is 0.
0.
Okay. So your rubbing velocity will be RD omega 4. All of you got it. Now let us solve one more problem. And I think with this we will stop. You have 15 minutes. Okay. I have already told you many tricks to solve the problem. Like if the problem is asked that find out the velocity of point E, point F, point G, you can easily find out by using the velocity image theorem also. Okay, so it's up to you which method you use, or you use completely graphical method, that is also fine with me. So draw this first of all, the position diagram. I will do it in SolidWorks parallel to you, and you do it on your paper. If you are not able to complete it, solve it at home, I mean, and we will discuss it tomorrow. Okay, but if you not solve, then that will be the issue. I will ask any one of you. Okay, let me just show you the problem. Wait a minute. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then quickly solve it, please. Okay, you first draw it then, or I'll take it there. First, quickly draw it by pen paper on your notebook. I'm going to switch to SolidWorks then. Take all the information. Take all the information quickly. Done. Okay, then let me also do it, but in SolidWorks, so that you can have some idea how to do. So first of all, my first aim will be to draw the ground. It will be a horizontal line and of infinite length and fixed. Then I'll draw 2 points here, one corresponding to A, another corresponding to D. Okay, this one I'm going to fix, and the next will be at a particular distance from here to here. The distance is 100 mm. Okay, so let us keep 1 or let's see how it works. Then AB is 50. Okay, it is nothing but a line at an angle of 60 degree. Okay, this angle is 60 degree given to us. So this is 60 degree. And this length is going to be, wait a minute, 50 mm. Fine. Then there is a point C at a distance of 66 mm away from here. Okay, so this is my point, 66 mm away from here. This is 66. Okay, and then there is another link connecting with this, and the length is also given to us, that is 56. You can do that by drawing two arc from these two known points, point B and point D. You can do that easily. Now there are some point. There is one point over here, point E. Okay, it is not at the midpoint, of course. It is at a distance 40 mm from this, but it is on this line. So I'm drawing this point, and it is at a distance of 40 mm. Fine. Also, there is a point F and point G. Okay, let us draw these 2 points as well. So this is my triangle, and this is at 30. And this is at 45. Okay, and yeah, of course I can make a pattern over here, but let us do that in the end. And then there is another extended point on the link, that is my point G. Okay, and this distance is also given to us. It is nothing but 24. And this distance is how much? It is 44. Fine. So these dimensions I am drawing a little bit outward the paper. Now like this. Let us see if I can do this hatch in this area and hatch in this area as well. Done. It looks good. Okay, let us give some thickness slightly higher than the what you are seeing for the lines of the dimension, so that it will look good. Yeah. So we have got it, and I give some thickness to this. This is how your position diagram should look like currently. I can see that. Now what is given to us? Let us write the equations also parallelly. And all the equations I'll rewrite. The first is the velocity of point B. Okay, that will be nothing but velocity of point B when it is assumed to be on body 2 will be equals to velocity of point A, which is 0. So I'm not writing it. And that is nothing but now omega 2 times the position of B when it assumed to be on body 2 with respect to point A when it assumed to be on body 2. Correct? And I know both. I know omega 2 as well as I know position as well. So what is it? It is 10.5 radian per second times. Okay, I'll just multiply it with this times the length. That is how much? 50, right? So multiplied by 50. And how much it is coming? It will be 500. Yeah.
525.
Wait a minute. Correct, na?
520.
510. Na? Oh,
525.
sorry. Yeah, of course. So now, what scale should I use? Maybe I'll use 1/10. So I'm assuming this. Is it okay? 52.5. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. We will take to the millimeter side.
Yeah. So this much millimeter. Fine. Let me do that. So, okay, one trick. Yeah, very important trick. Always remember, by looking at the first direction of the omega, you know that the mechanism is going to be towards the left side. Okay, so the trick is to select the ground velocity, you give more space towards the left. You getting my point? So if, for example, I select a point here, and this point I'm giving more space on the left side because I know most of the velocities are going to be on the left side. That is why I'm giving it. Okay, you also do that. So I'm going to make this point fixed now. Okay, and its dimension is also known to me. And this is what this tip will show me the velocity of point or let us write, let's not make it further confused. Don't get confused with that. I mean, I'm writing A1, A2, D1, D4. They are all fixed. Then we are writing this particular point is going to be B. Okay. So, okay, let us do that. If we can, annotation. Yeah, at the tip, and this tip is going to be B2 and B3 both. We know that. Now, what is the dimension? Dimension is 52.5. Correct. And this point is this. Okay. Yeah. And it is going to be perpendicular to this. So I'll just say this line is perpendicular to this. Done. I have got the velocity of point P2 and P3. Now, in a similar fashion, I can find out the velocity of C3. So now I am not writing the equations, but I know that how I can find out. So it will be nothing but I'll draw a line. Okay. This line should pass through the point B to B3 because of the equations we have already seen. So this line will pass through this. So it is coincide with this. Now it can go up and down, and it is going to be perpendicular to this line. So this is perpendicular to this, and it is of infinite length. Let us say, just for construction, or let it be. Otherwise, it will make it a bit messy. Fine. Now on this line somewhere, the velocity of C will be there. I don't know where. So for that, now what I can do, I can just go to this line, and basically I'll make a line that passes through this particular ground, and it will be also perpendicular to this. I'm doing it directly because now you know that, right? You have already seen why we are doing it. And there's a point which is nothing but the intersection of this line and this line. It is the intersection point, and this is the point. You can easily find out the dimensions from here to here, how much it is coming, and this is going to be a driven dimension. So say okay, driven dimension. It is 40.05. That is the velocity of point C with respect to ground, and velocity of C with respect to B, how much it will be, that also I can find out. That will be this distance basically, and it is 33 point. Yeah. This is 33.99. Okay. Fine. Or I think it is not parallel, right? Is it measured parallel to this? Let us try again. I'll call you in 10 minutes, sir. I'm in lecture. Fine. Then done. 33.99. How much you are getting? Yash?
Yes, sir.
How much you are getting?
Sorry, sir, I didn't draw this thing. I lost it.
Lost means?
Sir, I got confused between this perpendicular type of thing after B2, B3.
So you should ask, right? You are supposed to ask, na?
So I was figuring it out. How...
Okay. Anybody else? Richa, have you got it? What I did?
No, sir. I'm a bit slow.
Okay, let me just write the equation, then you will get it. So why I draw this perpendicular lines, you are saying? Yes.
Yes, sir. Actually, that thing which how did you get that CP4 point?
This is the. I think I need to go back to the previous problem. Then you have not even got it. Then you just look here. What we did. You remember this? We draw this line perpendicular to this. Correct?
Oh, sir, I got it.
Now we draw this red line passing through C3,
yes,
perpendicular to this.
Yes.
Why we did this? Because VC3 is equals to VB3 plus omega 3 into RC3 B3.
Yes,
And the relative velocity of C3 with respect to B3 will be represented by this vector on the right side, omega 3 cross VC3 B3. Omega 3 will be either outward or inward. That means definitely the velocity of C3 with respect to B3 will pass through this line, and that will be perpendicular to the line connecting BC. Correct, na?
Yes, sir. Yes. Got it.
Similarly, the velocity of C4 with respect to D4 will be perpendicular to CD because of this vector, omega 4 cross RC4 D4. I know that it is going to be perpendicular to RC4 D4 because it's cross product. And RC4 D4 is nothing but the line connecting D to C. So I'll draw a line perpendicular to this passing through the point D4. Correct?
Yes, sir.
In a very similar fashion, I did it for this. So I draw a line that is representing the velocity of B with respect to ground, and then I draw two lines perpendicular, one perpendicular to BC and passing through B. That will, on this line somewhere, my velocity of C3 will be there with respect to B3. Then I draw a line perpendicular to CD. Okay, and on this line somewhere, the velocity of C4 will be there with respect to D4. Luckily, C4, D4 are same because they are attached with the hinge point. Hence, the intersecting point will give you the velocity of, correct, na?
Yes, sir.
And this is to be, if you want to find out the velocity of C4, D4 with respect to ground, you can measure this distance, and it is coming 415. Correct? That is what I did in front of you over here. And I think I'm getting the similar answer, 40.05, approximately close. I think this is more accurate. Okay, I might have solved it by hand in there. Okay, so this velocity diagram is clear to you, I guess. Now I will request you to draw the velocity diagram to find out the velocity of the point E, this point, and this point, point F and G. That you do it yourself. Okay, so we can leave now, I think, and we can stop here. Yeah.
So actually in the previous question in omega 3 there was a correction. Omega 3 was not coming 2.7, it was coming something like 0.166, I guess.
I need to check, maybe, but the direction is correct, huh? Yeah, definitely it could be a calculation mistake, but I think one of few more students have got this 2 point something.
So omega 4 I'm getting 6.5 around. Omega 3 I was getting 0.166.
You recheck. I will also do that.
Sir, I also got the same answer as hers. Omega 3 is 0.166 and omega 4 around 6.5.
Okay, then it must be a mistake. No issue, because just a calculation I did. You got to understand it, right? What I'll do, I'll just solve it in SolidWorks accurately and I'll let you know. No issue. Next lecture I'll update you. Okay. Fine. Any other doubts? Or you may leave now, please.
So one thing, when we are making the velocity diagram on paper, sir, actually, it's like it takes a lot of time because we have to measure the angle of the position diagram and then again draw all the velocities.
No. You have set squares, right, Harsh?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you use set squares to draw the perpendiculars to the position diagram?
Yes, sir, but perpendicular to what, sir? First, I'll have to make the position diagram also.
Yes, that is the fundamental. You have to make position diagram in the beginning.
Yes, sir. So is there any method by which we can make the velocity diagram over the position diagram by scaling it down appropriately by the omega?
It will be very, very messy. No, don't do that. I'll recommend you to make it separately. 4-bar linkage, it's fine. It doesn't make much lines, right? But if there are a lot of lines, you won't be able to understand which was your position diagram, which is your velocity later on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'll recommend you to start fresh.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Sumit, I have
Yes, sir.
shared the tutorial with them today. Position
Yes.
diagram. I'm late. I should have shared it last week, but fine. And now
Yes,
I
sir.
hope they are getting how to draw velocity diagram. So we'll next lecture move to the generalized derivation of velocity and then acceleration. Maybe this week we will be able to finish it. The graphical
Okay.
method. Let's see.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so
Yes.
you send the marks for assignment and tutorial maybe this week.
ओके सर असाइनमेंट्स भी सर जो वीडियोस वगैरह वो मैं ही उसमें करूँ लाइक चेक
Sorry.
सर असाइनमेंट्स की वीडियोस भेजी थी ना उसमें असाइनमेंट वीडियोस भेजनी थी इनको तो उनको उसको कर दो ना मैं चेक लाइक मार्क्स
हाँ, हाँ।
वैल्यूएशन ओके
हाँ तुम ही करो,
ओके सर
बस मुझे बताओ कैसे किया, बात करेंगे हम।
ठीक है सर
चलो टेक केयर, बाय।
ओके सर